Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and to a good old Q&A video. I put out over on my Instagram a couple weeks ago how I was going to do a big Disney World planning vacation Q&A video. So you guys sent in your questions over at Emily's Wonderland and I'm basically just going to go through them and answer as many as I can. I'm going to admit it's a pretty big Q&A. I do get a lot of questions fairly regularly about like where to eat, the must-do things, the things you have to do, the top attractions. So I figured I would just put everything together in one video. Hopefully it'll be helpful if you have an upcoming trip or you are in the stages of planning or thinking about booking a trip. Yeah, let's just get into the questions. Okay, so the first question is my favorite hidden spot in a Disney park. I should have prepped for these questions. Okay, there's one that's springing to mind immediately. I love in the Canada Pavilion when you go back towards where like O Canada is, the cinema, and you go to the right and there's just this huge waterfall, which is just amazing. I feel like so many people don't know it's there. Same with the UK Pavilion. If you kind of like go around the back where the toy soldier shop is, there's this huge garden. It's so beautiful. It's a good place to just chill and hang out, grab some food and just relax. I basically love those kind of spots that are not super crowded. It's the same in Storybook Circus in Magic Kingdom. There's that big tent at the back. They have charging ports, they have chairs, it's like AC, it's covered, and it's a good place to just chill. I don't know if they're considered hidden, but they are my favorite places to just kind of hang out, I guess. What quick services would you recommend for healthy options? So anyone who doesn't know, at Disney there's kind of 3 types of dining. There is the grab and go kind of snack stand, which is like Mickey pretzels, churros, popcorn. You then have quick service, which is more like over the counter stuff, like I guess McDonald's, like fast food kind of thing. And then you have sit down full service, which is a restaurant, you have a waiter. So quick service is actually what I end up getting most of the time when I'm there, because the full service is very expensive, especially if you don't have a cast member discount anymore. So my favorite quick service for more healthy eats would have to be number 1, absolutely, Satuli Canteen in Animal Kingdom over in Pandora. You can get these amazing protein bowls. So they're fully customizable. You choose your base, which could be like rice, or there's like a hearty salad. I think there's a quinoa mix. You then choose your protein, which obviously I go for the fried tofu. I know fried isn't like super healthy, but you know, we're in a Disney park, let's keep things in perspective here. You can also get like beef or chicken or whatever, and then you can choose your dressing as well. It comes in like a little pot, so you can customize how much dressing you want to put on there, and that is my number 1 like healthy option, I would say. In terms of other stuff, okay, so maybe I should do like one per park. Over in Epcot there's actually a few options, I would say. Firstly, just go to Sunshine Seasons. It's the indoor place where Soarin' is, and it's like the canteen area on the lower ground. It's like a big food court, and a lot of the food that they have there is grown on the Living with the Land ride. So my favorite things to get, there is a like jackfruit flatbread wrap thing, which is vegan, which is really good. They also have like grab and go salads with hummus and couscous, I think, and like a bunch of grains. You can get a really good curry there. There's loads of stuff that's filled with like genuine vegetables, which is always appreciated on a Disney trip. You've got to break up the sugary cupcake somehow. The Morocco Pavilion actually is really good in Epcot as well for quick service, healthy-ish. It's called Tangerine Cafe, I think, and it's a veggie platter that I get, and it's a falafel wrap with hummus, and it comes with some lentils on the side and some couscous, I think. There's a lot of couscous going on here. Basically anything that's not like fried, I think, is pretty good. Then Hollywood Studios. Oh yes, so Fairfax Fair on Sunset Boulevard right at the end. They do a 7-layer rice bowl, I think, and it comes with like corn and black beans and all kind of stuff like all in a bowl, and it's pretty healthy, I think, considering. Also in ABC Commissary they have a teriyaki bowl, which is amazing for Disney. Just a quick preface as well, like I am vegetarian and I'm kind of like 80% vegan. At Disney, I eat all the treats, so it's fine. But I'm not going to talk about anything that's like meaty, but a lot of these places will have like a veggie option, and then the meat one will have like chicken or whatever. So that's Studios. And then Magic Kingdom, I'm going to say Picosville is the best. I think it's relatively healthy considering what you're getting. You can get like a kid's or an adult rice bowl, depending on how much dollar you've got to spend, and it comes with black beans, rice and roasted vegetables, and you get full access to the toppings bar, which has salsa and it has corn, lettuce, and it used to have guac. Now it's extra because people abused it, of course, but you can get like a fairly healthy option, I think. So yeah, they're my top places per park. Special shout out as well, the Lighthouse sandwich I really like over at Columbia Harbour House in Magic Kingdom. That is like, it's probably not actually that healthy. It's a huge sandwich filled with a broccoli hummus and slaw. It's so good, and it tastes very fresh. I have no idea if it actually is, but I enjoy that one as well. That was a very long answer to that question, but I hope it was helpful. I could do a whole video on that kind of stuff. What would you recommend for a short trip in terms of the best park to go to and the best restaurant? Define short, because short for someone from the UK would be like 5 days. Someone from the US would probably say that's a long trip. So if you're going just for one day, obviously it's going to be Magic Kingdom, because Magic Kingdom is Disney. Like, it's what they use for all the promotion. It's the castle, all the characters, it's all the traditional nostalgic rides. So if you're doing only one park, I would say you had to do Magic Kingdom. If you had a 2-day pass, I would say Hollywood Studios should be your second one, just because Epcot is being renovated at the moment, and also it's not that Disney. A big part of it is the World Showcase, which if you're going to Disney for the first time or just for a short time, it's kind of like more of a chill atmosphere, whereas Hollywood Studios is getting a lot of IP now. They have Star Wars, they have Frozen, Toy Story, they even have some cars going on. There's a lot of shows like Beauty and the Beast show. They've got Fantasmic, which is arguably one of the most Disney things on property that you can watch at the end of the night. So I would say those are your 2 parks if it's a 2-day trip. If you do have like a 4-day trip, just do 1 day in each park, because they're all worth it. And then best restaurant, everyone always says go to Cinderella's Royal Table at least once in your life. I'm yet to do that, so I can't comment on it. I don't feel like it's going to appeal to everyone though, so I'd say if you are there for 1 day in one park, I don't know if I would faff around with a restaurant and like full service, because it takes a lot of time out of your day. But if you really wanted one, I would say Crystal Palace in Magic Kingdom for breakfast is just the most wholesome, loving thing ever. You get to meet Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore and Tigger. It's nothing outstanding in terms of the cuisine, but it's a fun time. It's very Disney quintessential. You're on Main Street. It can't be topped, honestly. I also say breakfast because lunch and dinner are more expensive. I don't know what your budget is, but for me, we've got to keep it budget-ish friendly. The next question is, how much spending money would you say you have to take? Again, this is completely dependent on how you want to dine. If you've been before and you want to get a bunch of merchandise, I could probably go back and find out how much I spent on my previous trip, but I would say per day we would get a Starbucks, which is not necessary, but that was like our equivalent of getting breakfast at the parks, because we had like granola bars, so fully you could just have breakfast yourself, like just have it on the way. So that was $5. We would then spend like $8 on our lunch, because we always got a kids option, so that was $13. Then we were gonna have one like bigger quick service meal in the evening, which is more like $12, that's $25. A snack, of course, throughout the day would make it to $30. So I would say $30 for food per day-ish, and then maybe add on like an extra $30 if you want to do like one sit down, you want to like kind of go a bit crazy. Then in terms of merchandise, it depends what your priorities are. Like if you're someone who loves pins, $15 per pin is going to rack up. If you're there and you just want to get like a cute t-shirt, which is $30, maybe some ears, that's another $30. I would say maybe budget like $100 to $150 for merchandise. It depends obviously how budget conscious you are. I mean, if you're asking this question, you probably are. So I would say $30 per day-ish for food, $150 for merchandise, max $200. I don't know, you can spend money very easily. And then the rest of it obviously just included in your park ticket. So yeah, $30 per day, add an extra $30 on for some like leeway if you end up getting more snacks than that. A lot of the snacks are definitely big enough to share, so that is my general advice. Add that up across your trip per day. But everyone is different. What are the best things in the parks for an avid pin trader? I love pin trading and want to know your thoughts in terms of the best pin stores, events, places to trade. I can't say I'm like a super avid pin trader. The best stores, there's obviously Pin Traders at Disney Springs. That's a pretty good option because they have so many different ones. There is also the pin store over in Frontierland, which has a decent amount. I wouldn't say there's really like one go-to place other than those dedicated stores to go though. Your best bet is just kind of dipping in and out, and especially if there's like specific attractions you want to go to like their ride dump locations. And in terms of trading as well, it's literally, it changes with the day. I know when I was working there, we had a dedicated Pin Yoda and Halloween traders where I was working in Hollywood Studios. All of the major stores in Hollywood Studios had their own like pin board that was themed to the area. So it's definitely worth, again, going to the ride dump locations and checking those out. But just be on the lookout. One tip I would say, as I was a cast member, it's so kind of like dehumanizing and degrading when someone just kind of walks up to you and just looks straight at your chest. Like, they don't even look at your face, and it's like, hello, I'm here, I exist, I know you want to look at pins, but please ask me first. Yeah, that was kind of like a pet hate, I guess. Also, when people would come up and look at your pins again, and it was like, you already looked at my pins, but you don't even remember because you didn't look at my face. Also, I would say though, if pin trading is the thing you're interested in more than like the specific pins, get a bunch of pins off eBay. Obviously, like certified ones, try and be, you know, authentic with it. Buy a whole bunch and then go to the parks and just trade them, because that's kind of like the fun for a lot of kids. It's not actually collecting specific pins, and I see a lot of occasions where kids were giving away like a really expensive $12 pin for this really bad pin, and the parents are like, are you sure you want to do that? And as a cast member, I was like, are you sure you want to do that? And the kid was like, yes, I want that feet pin. If you don't want to buy them off eBay, you can also get these mystery packs in the parks. I think it's around $25, and you end up getting 5 or 6 pins in the pack, so they're also a really good option if you just want to have the fun of trading. You can also buy beginner sets, which has like a whole lanyard, and it comes with 4 or 5 pins. That's kind of different options, but yeah, it depends on, again, what kind of pin trader you are and how serious you are and what you're looking to get out of it. I'm good, I've literally answered 5 questions and I've been filming for 16 minutes. I talk way too much. Maybe this will have to be a 2-part. Okay, if you only had one day to spend in Magic Kingdom, what are the top 3 things you definitely do, and what 3 things would you miss? Okay, so I'm gonna go straight in with the miss. As much as I adore Mine Train, skip it. You're gonna queue for 2 hours for that at least, and if you only have one day there, I think it's an incredible ride, and if you get there for rope drop, of course run and do it, but don't do it in the middle of your day and waste time. One of my big skips I'd probably say is Splash Mountain. It's normally a long queue experience, and then you get wet, and if you're only there for one day, that's just not ideal. Country Bear Jamboree, again, I don't enjoy it. It's a hard pass for me. And another one I would skip generally is just all of the rides that are the same, like Aladdin's Flying Carpet, Dumbo, Astro Orbiter. They're all the same, and you could find them in any theme park. It's just themed to that area, so give them all a skip. 3 must-dos though. This is hard because if you have Fast Pass, you can hit the major attractions like Peter Pan, Thunder Mountain, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. They're all going to take a lot of time out of your day, but if you have a Fast Pass, they're very doable. So I would say must-dos are going to be Happily Ever After. I mean, come on, it's a classic. And then depending on who you are, your favorite character attraction. So if that's Peter Pan, if that's Rapunzel, if that's Ariel, like have that character meet and greet or that ride, that should be scheduled in there as an absolute must. And then my other big thing to do, oh, this is really hard. There are so many. I'm probably gonna say like, I honestly don't know. So you, I've got it. Meet Mickey in Town Square Theatre, because you can't go to Disney and not meet Mickey Mouse. So meet Mickey Mouse, do your favorite attraction or meet and greet related to your favorite film or character, and see Happily Ever After for the fireworks. Those are like, that's Disney for you in a nutshell. Nostalgia, Mickey, fireworks, happiness, magic. What is your favorite character meal? Crystal Palace, I've said this before. Is Disney After Hours at Magic Kingdom worth it? I'm planning to go in August and was wondering if I should do that rather than a full day at the parks. If you mean like after hours in terms of an event, I don't know if they do them at Magic Kingdom. I know they do them before the park opens. Don't know about after hours. Extra Magic Hours at Magic Kingdom was the biggest load of, I'm not gonna say the word, when I went in the summer for resort guests, because it was the most packed I'd seen the park on my whole trip. It was insane. We went on one ride and then it was chaotic and we left. So extra magic hours I think are a load of nonsense now, to be honest, because there aren't as many of them, so all the resort guests go to whichever one there is. Honestly, it's not worth it. If there is an after hours event at Magic Kingdom, go for it, but I wouldn't say that was instead of doing a full day. It's much better to do like park open to park close than just have like a few extra hours at the end. How many days should you visit for? This is completely dependent on your financial situation, where you're coming from. If you're coming from further away, you can't just stay for 4 days and do like 1 park per day. But if you're from the US, that's probably ideal. I would say if you are like more local, do 5 days and then you get like a kind of day off in the middle. You don't even need to go to the parks on that day. You could literally resort hop and just relax by the pool. But if you're coming from the UK, I would say do that 2-week trip that everyone wants to do. Go to all the parks, have days off in the middle, go to Universal as well, go to the outlets. Yeah, a 2-week trip is ideal if you're coming from the UK. If you're from the US, 5 days is perfectly fine. Advice for going with Disney haters: find new friends, honestly. No, if this is like a genuine concern, I would say prioritize doing stuff that's going to be appealing to everyone. So Animal Kingdom is not what anyone would expect before going to Disney. Like, it is not your traditional like castle, princesses, like it's so different. There's so many super good rides. They're like thrill rides as well. And then in Epcot as well, you can win over anyone who likes food because the World Showcase is just bursting with options. So I would say if you're going with Disney haters, just kind of like show them all the different things there are to do, and that it's not all about magic, even though like that's the best part. There are so many other things aside from that. This one is not actually Disney planning related, but you know, let's just have something about me for a change. What is on your Disney bucket list? So obviously I want to go to every Disney park around the world. I will do that before I die. There's no way that's not happening. It has to, like, it's a rite of passage. Obviously I want to do a Disney cruise because they look incredible. I just need to earn more money to be able to afford to go on one. Someday it's gonna happen. I really want to work for Disney professionally. I would love to work for them in the UK in their corporate office. I would love to do copywriting for them because I think I'd be very good at it. I think I have the skill and I think I have the knowledge to be able to do a really good job at that job. I will not be working for Disney again in terms of like a hospitality setting. I will not be working in the theme parks. I get asked a lot about that. Will you do another CLP? Will you do another program? A lot of the questions actually I've gotten from this today have been about, will I be going back? Will I be moving to the US? No. But I feel like I need to kind of clear everything up and just everything that's going on. I need to properly kind of talk about that. So that is coming up very soon. And oh yeah, finally, I would love to go to Disney in every season. I want to be able to go to every festival at Epcot, tick it all off the list, do Christmas, I've done Halloween, I did New Year's, that was amazing. I want to do Flower and Garden, properly do Food and Wine. I was there for a day, don't know if it counts. I didn't really get to try that much. Festival of the Arts, I just want to do it all. And then finally, I want to do a Run Disney event. If that's in Orlando or Paris, who knows, but I want to get the cute medal. I am not a runner, but I want that sense of achievement. The medals look incredible. That's the only way you're going to get me to run. We'll run for Mickey Waffles. There are a lot of questions about food. Oh, someone said about the best veggie places. Yes, places I mentioned before. The app has more options than they show in the restaurant on the menu. It's just kind of like a fun tip. Best place to watch the parade and fireworks. Festival of Fantasy, it's got to be Main Street, USA, sitting in front of the Emporium or the ice cream parlor. The ice cream parlor actually is the best because you can see them coming around and going by the castle and then they're coming up Main Street. Oof. Just amazing. Obviously it's good to watch it anywhere, but if you want to have that quintessential Disney experience of parade, castle, gotta be Main Street. And then fireworks, I would say you want to be like just in front of the partner statue of Walt and Mickey because it's just the best view ever when you stand there and it's center and it's slightly kind of ramped so you can see other people's heads. Just try and get like a front on perspective because the projections are kind of the best part of that show, so you want to be able to see them as they were intended. But if you've been before a bunch, I would recommend watching them from Fantasyland. I watched them there on my past trip, kind of like on a whim because Main Street was too busy. Magical. One of the most magical experiences I've ever had. You don't realise just how amazing the fireworks are in that show until they're kind of like your main focus because you don't see the projections from Fantasyland. So I wouldn't say stand there for your first time, but it's so chill back there. Everyone just stands around, we had some treats and we could just see them going off. It was like 360 degrees. It was incredible and I will never stop talking about how wonderful and magical and enchanting that was. What 3 rides should I book a fast pass for in Magic Kingdom? Magic Kingdom is actually really good because they don't really have the tier system the other parks have, so you really can prioritize the best rides. So I would say Mine Train, Space Mountain and Peter Pan are going to be the busiest ones all day. So if you're interested in kind of like doing everything, those are the 3 that you need to have. Recommended order for the theme parks. Okay, so if you have a 4-day pass and you're doing 1 day per park, Magic Kingdom is first because it's Disney and you have to start your vacation in Magic Kingdom. It's the rule. Then I would say your 2nd day, Animal Kingdom, because you're still like riding the high of Magic Kingdom. You can have a ton more rides there, but it's kind of like the polar opposite of Magic Kingdom. It's a good contrast and you get to see all the animals and it's super cool. Then I would put Epcot on day 3 because by the time you get to your 3rd day in a row, you're kind of feeling a bit tired and Epcot is a far more chill park. You can just wander around the World Showcase. There's not as many rides, there's not as much stress involved with it because you're not queuing things all the time. Then I would end in Hollywood Studios because what better way to end your trip than with Fantasmic? Like, yeah, there's so many more rides now in Hollywood Studios. Now we've got Toy Story Land, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad and Galaxy's Edge. It used to be kind of like the half-day park. It's definitely not that anymore. But again, you've also got a bunch of shows there because by the 4th day you will be feeling tired. But yeah, end with Fantasmic. Those are my official order if you have 4 days only. But if you have more than that, I would say top and tail it with Magic Kingdom, because you need to see the fireworks on your first and your last day if you can. Tips and tricks for first timers to get the most out of days in the park. Obviously book your fast passes in advance, that's a given, and as far in advance as you can do. I think it's 60 days if you are a resort guest, 30 days if you're not, and you absolutely need to be doing that. But the big tip that I would say is once you've arrived, once you've used your 3 fast passes, you can then make 1 more at a time, and that's super useful in a place like Magic Kingdom where there are so many attractions. So when you're booking your fast passes, try and get them as early in the morning as possible. Don't like put one at 5 o'clock, because it's a complete waste of a fast pass, because then you can't make any more until you've used that one. And literally, I'm talking the second you tap in your magic band to your fast pass, you can go straight on the app and book another one. So yeah, 3 fast passes as far in advance as possible, as early in the day as possible. Definitely go for rope drop, because why would you not? If you're on vacation, you might as well. If you have younger kids, do rope drop, do as many attractions as you can, see the parade and then leave. Take them for a nap and a chill, and go by the pool and just unwind for a bit and come back in for the evening. Kids are not made to do open till close. I'm sorry, they're not. I've seen my fair share of grumpy, grouchy children, and you shouldn't be like that at Disney. They should be able to have some downtime. That goes for adults as well. Don't feel like you need to go, go, go the whole time. Take some time to relax in your afternoons, whether that's back at the resort or just chilling on the Hubcraft with a snack, enjoying the vibes. I would just say, don't feel the pressure to do everything, because then you're not going to enjoy it. What's the point in doing all of it if you're not having fun doing all of it? I'd rather do less and love everything that I'm doing. If you're a first timer again and you're looking to kind of like do as much as you can, do quick service. Don't kind of waste your time with full service, because that does take more of your time and it's more expensive. There are so many good quick service options to try, so there's no need. And then my final tip I'd probably say is, if you're looking to meet a character and they have set times on the app, which means like they come in for set periods in a set place, get there 15 minutes before the set time begins. You can't get there any later than like 10 minutes into the set if it's a 30-minute one, because otherwise you're not going to get to meet them. So it's worth getting there early so that you can guarantee you're going to meet your favorite character. I look so white right now. Someone get me to Disney World. What's the best season to visit? Again, this is why I want to do every season at Disney World, so I can answer this question authoritatively. I would say the transition period between summer and Halloween. So you've got the Halloween parties going on, but it's not like peak season yet. Very late August or early September, I think personally is the best time. That's when I went last year. It was amazing. It's definitely more chill than in the summer. You haven't got the crazy Halloween crowds yet. I just think that's the best time, because it's getting a little bit cooler, but you can still guarantee you're gonna have mostly nice days. The height of summer, you won't catch me going there in July again. I'm sorry, it's crazy busy. It's so ridiculously hot. All the American kids are off school, so are the Brits. Everyone's there. It's crazy, not my vibe, but I am so pumped to go experience my first Christmas there this year. I can't wait, because I'm a Christmas gal through and through. Honestly though, from what I've seen on Twitter, there's no kind of low season anymore. It used to be January, February, but apparently the crowds have been insane there. Disney now have Run Disney during that time, so again, you've got loads of people coming for that. I just don't think a low season, a fully low season exists anymore, because it's Disney and they're always going to be popular. Oh, there's so many questions about like things you must do and planning a perfect day, and I feel like I can't really do justice to these questions in just a video. It almost needs like a whole thing. Most affordable place to stay on property. Okay, this one's interesting because it depends on how many are in your party. So if there are 4 to 6 of you, 100% go to the value resorts, which are going to be your all-star sports and music and movies, Pop Century. Art of Animation is a little bit more expensive. Those are the best places if there's 4 to 6 of you, because you're making the most of the value of the room. But if there is 2 of you, honestly, it's worth going for one that's like a bit higher up, even a low moderate like Caribbean Beach, because the cost is like not worth it to go to an all-star. You're probably paying a similar amount because that room can take up to 6 people. It's very worth just checking out all the options available. But if you're looking for, you know, on a budget, Disney even have partner resorts, which are more like outside the parks. Just check them out. I know on the Disney website you can kind of like put in your dates and how many of you, and it'll show you all the different prices. But yeah, 4 to 6 of you, it's gonna be snug if you're all in one of those like budget rooms, especially if it's 6 adults. But honestly, you're just there to sleep and wake up and dress, and it doesn't really matter too much about, you know, how cluttered it is. Thoughts on getting a Walt Disney World annual pass if you're from the UK? So this fully depends on how many times you're planning on going. I know a ticket now for a 2-week pass is £400, I think. From the UK we can get it, which is pretty good deal considering how many days you get. Whereas an annual pass at its minimum is going to cost around £900 to £1,000, I think. If you're planning on going twice, then I would say an annual pass is worth it because you get all the discounts in terms of the accommodation, I think, definitely off food and merchandise. So yeah, if you're going twice in a year, you might as well get the annual pass because the price of the tickets is so expensive anyway. If you're just going once, there's really no need to get an annual pass because the discounts aren't going to add up enough to the value of how much extra you're spending. Top 5 Instagrammable moments or places in the parks. Obviously all the walls, because I know people slam them, but they're such a good way to show off your outfit. Like if you put time and effort into it, they are normally in a good shaded spot. So purple wall, bubblegum wall. In Pandora, there's going to be the really pretty walls around like the restroom area. They have like the grass going up. So they're super cute, obviously. So walls, the castle, duh. Sunset Boulevard is such a good vibe, especially if you can go when it's like a bit quiet and you can kind of sit down. I know right now, like right in front of the Millennium Falcon in Galaxy's Edge is a very popular spot. This isn't 5, but I'm kind of just listing them. Anywhere that has like a really iconic landmark in it is going to be good. If you're looking for like less popular ones, check out the resorts like Grand Floridian, Polynesian. They all have kind of like a good vibe and you can match your outfit to it, which I think is very cute. Personally, it's anywhere that's not going to have loads of people in the background of my photo because I'm not about that. The Wishing Well in Magic Kingdom too, on the right side of the castle. If you go at the right time of day, it's a really pretty setting, and again, not gonna have anyone in your background, which is the best thing. Are the after hours parties, aka Halloween or Christmas, worth it for a first timer? If you're going at that time of year, yes. If you're going for Halloween and around Christmas, 100% go, because that's how you fully kind of like get the spirit of the season. They play different music around that time. You're gonna get exclusive meet and greets, get to have all the cool candies and the different treats that are available exclusively at the parties. Yes, personally I don't think the like early morning magic and the after hours like extra bought tickets, I'm not explaining that well. Basically you can go into the park for like a couple hours before or after. There's these special tickets you can buy, but it's only for each day, so you have to buy them separate. It's like a ticketed event and you get breakfast included, and I don't think they're very worth it because yes, you get to do more rides, but like you're not going to then leave the park once the event is over. So I feel like it's a big amount to pay for not that much time. But in terms of the celebrations, 100% do it. It's so fun. There are actually a lot of questions asking about program stuff like CEP, the DCP, my experiences. I haven't done a video about anything program related in a long time because it's been a long time since I was on my program. But if you guys would like one more final program Q&A, comment down below and I will consider it because there's a lot in here about that and I don't want to just ignore it, but I also feel like I'm not the best person to answer the questions anymore because I'm 23 and it's been a while. Last question is the opinions on the Skyliner. That's controversial, isn't it? My opinions aren't controversial, but I feel like it's been a controversial addition to the parks. Anything that improves a guest experience I think is a plus, but I don't know if it's been as helpful as it was supposed to be. I think it's fine. I'm not going to use it unless I'm actually like a resort guest at one of the places it connects to. I think there are better ways to get around. After the initial like controversy of people getting stuck up there for like an hour, I don't know, it's kind of settled down. I think it's fine. But monorail obviously is the best. I will walk between Epcot and Studios rather than get that bus because I hate the Disney buses. They are so unreliable. They're never on time. Sadly, you can't walk from Animal Kingdom to Magic Kingdom because it's not pedestrianised, but if you could, I would. I will give you my opinion on the Skyliner if I ever ride it in December. Who knows? Maybe I'll do it just so I can talk about it. But I would say generally, it's fine. I do want to go to the Riviera Resort though, just because of those tapestry beautiful things. They, oh, Peter Pan, Tangled, my favorite things. I'm not going to answer any more questions now because this video is long enough. There were a ton of questions I didn't get to answer. I'm very sorry. I hope this was kind of helpful though, and like I said, comment if you would like a DCP program video. I will do one more if that's what people want, and also the video is coming up on why I will never do another program because that needs to happen. Subscribe for more videos. I would love to get to 8K soon because that milestone is so in reach, and who doesn't love a good milestone? Give it a thumbs up if it was helpful to you, and good luck in your Disney planning. I hope you have an amazing trip if you came for that purpose. Also, I'm going to Paris next week. I'm going to spend a day in Disneyland Paris, so that vlog is coming very soon, another reason to subscribe. But yeah, I will see you next time. Have a magical rest of your day and a magical vacation, trip, holiday, wherever you are in the world. Bye!